Hello, and welcome to our lesson on how to draft for our infographic. So, the first thing we need to do is remember what we've already done before. Well, we brainstormed, meaning we got our ideas that we already knew and all the information we already knew about our red-eared slider, and we started putting them on sticky notes. Then we arranged them, and we made sure that they were kind of in the same categories, sort of, but we still needed to do more research. And so the second thing we did was we looked up information and we got our research done. And we added that to our sticky notes. So now we have a whole lot of really good information right here sitting on our red-eared slider tank, ready for us to draft our infographic. But what is a draft? Well, a draft is when we take our organized materials and we put them into complete sentences. Because infographics are always written in complete sentences so that we can understand them better. Now, we are going to be talking about our red-eared slider turtle, or as they say in Spanish, and pardon my pronunciation, Tortuga de orejas rojas, meaning turtle with ears of red. So turtle with ears of red. They don't talk about the sliding, which I find kind of interesting, but they do mention the really cute ear markings. Now, we're going to take our information and we are going to try and come up with some sentences that are going to make sense with topics that go together. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to make sure that I can reach my sentence strip right here. Now, the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my information and I'm going to go, what information really fits together? And I've already got my information kind of sorted. But one of the things that I really think is important for a red-eared slider turtle owner to know before they ever get a red-eared slider turtle is that it's an expensive habitat. And that means I should probably tell them how and what makes this such an expensive habitat. So I'm going to say it's an expensive habitat, and I'm going to say, because it needs UV lighting and a heat lamp, and those don't come cheap. And I'm going to say it's because they need an aquarium, and that doesn't come cheap. And we're going to say, let's see, they need a filter. That's important. What else do they need? Let's see. Fun and enrichment. I think that's important too. And that can be expensive or inexpensive depending on what you do. But I'm going to put it in there because it's an important thing to spend money on. So let's think about our sentence. I can say that red-eared slider turtles, or how about the red-eared slider, my pen right here, let's see, the red-eared slider is an expensive pet. I'm going to make that, let's cross that out. I accidentally wrote a capital letter. But we don't write capital letters in the middle of sentences. We write small letters. So I would erase this if I weren't using permanent marker, but I'm going to cross it out. And I'm going to write pet. And at the end of our sentence, I'm going to put a period. And I'm going to say they need An aquarium, A-Q-U-A-R-I-U-M, aquarium. They need an aquarium, comma, a filter, a filter, comma. So we've got our aquarium, we've mentioned expensive habitat, we've mentioned filter. Oops, I forgot to mention the UV and heat lamp. So a filter, a heat lamp, and UV lights. And that again should probably be, well, we're going to say that should be a lowercase letter. But we're going to go on and say, and what else do we know? Oh, I forgot my fun. So, ooh, what else do I, well, we're going to say, and enrichment, because that's a really good, like, important sounding vocabulary word. So I'm going to put my comma and enrichment and a period to finish. Now, as you can see, I just came up with two very good sentences that let you know what you were going to need if you want to have a red-eared slider habitat, or a tortuga de orejas rojas. Now, your job is to take all of the information that you have gathered from your brain and from your information research and put it together. All of your sorted information, put it together into complete sentences that will help your reader understand what you have for your infographic. Now, go and make wonderful sentences and wonderful, comprehensive, interesting infographics.